Okay, so Andrina, so let's talk about what's coming up in 2026. What kinds of colors are being spec'd into your jobs, textures, wood tones, etc.?
I wouldn't say that there's specific. I mean, red right now is very trendy, especially the Merlot red. We find a lot of bars, like basement bars or coffee bars, they're actually using a lot of like darker tones.
Sure,
and so that Merlot red really ties in. But to be honest with you, we do so many different colors throughout. It depends on the person. Blues have been trending since we started the business. Like people love blue.
Pale navy was color of the year a couple
Pale
years ago,
navy,
right?
Yeah, that was a big one. And green right now, I think people are really trying to bring nature indoors, especially in Canada. We get like 4 months of summer. So
maybe if we're lucky.
Yeah, exactly, if we're lucky, if it's a good one. And so trying to bring nature indoors to help with that biophilic aspect of things, I think helps make the space feel warmer. It's more human-centered, which is really important. So those are the colors we've kind of seen trending. And I can show you kind of like these soft pale greens are really in. Some people like to do soft pinks right now. We've really been seeing a lot of this. And so that's what's great about the TFLs is there's so many different options that you can do. And you can also do...
But you could also paint lacquer that color as well too. You can color match anything.
Lacquer,
right?
You can do whatever color you want,
Yeah.
whatever you desire. You want to do fuchsia, you can do fuchsia. You know, it really is up to you.
And the other thing with lacquer that's nice, you can change the sheen of it as well too. So sometimes the sheen makes a huge difference in how the color is perceived in a space.
Absolutely. That's such a good point because also it depends if you're trying to match to something.
Right.
So remember how I told you that we do a lot of like TFLs and lacquer together. So we'll take off some of the sheen of the lacquer so that it matches better with the TFL and you get more of that matted look. And then in some projects we've done like very high gloss.
Super high gloss, yeah.
Right? So
where you're like buffing it instead of,
Exactly, right? So it's really cool. And then you can also integrate like textures, like something like this where it's stone. So maybe you have a countertop that is not near water. Right? And so you can finish it in a TFL with a textured finish. So you're creating kind of a different vibe to the space. I think adding textures rather than adding colors to a space is a really great way to kind of blend everything together, but also create like a feature piece, right? And so there's different things like that. Even this one that looks like linen. We do a lot of closets with this.
So linen, like we sell, this is one of our colors, natural linen. It's really popular for interiors as well too. When people want they don't necessarily want white. They don't necessarily want like a hard rock maple. They wanted something that's a little more elevated. So we sell a ton of linen for that. The nice thing is, well, you can cut it any way you want. It's super optimized. You don't have to follow a wood grain or anything
Exactly.
like that.
It's super easy to manufacture. And then it also just brings a lot of warmth, right?
Yes.
Anytime you touch something and it has a texture, like to us humans, when we touch it, it feels a lot more natural, like natural built rather than something that's super sleek, straight cut, right?
That tactile feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then we have options to add paneling, right? So these are Flambour panels and they're really, really in right now. So this one's, I believe this is white oak. And it bends and flexes to whatever form you want. So right now we're doing a lot of curved islands.
Yeah.
And so this is a great product to be able to apply it to the surface. So we bend the plywood that the cabinet is constructed into whatever radius we want.
Yeah.
And then we finish it with this. And this can get stained to whatever look or feel you want. And then we can also do it in MDF.
Great.
So it's kind of the same process, and this is the finished product.
Obviously, with the MDF, it's got to be a straight panel, but
So actually, we figured out with the MDF that we can cut it.
Oh, you can curve it at the back. Yeah,
yes.
That's true. Yeah.
So now we can curve it. It's a lengthier process, but it looks unreal. And the nice thing with this is we can match. So if you want to make these bigger, let's say you want them 1 inch, what we do is we match it. So if you have doors, it's not like you have half of a bead left over. We make sure that the transition looks like it's one solid panel rather than multiple small panels. And you can paint it whatever color you want.
Of course.
Right? So it does elevate the space. These are ways that you can add these features like we talked about earlier, function, but yes, aesthetic is important. So these are things that you can add on after as something to make the space look different, something to make the space look custom and not like an IKEA kitchen, right? That you just buy in a box and it comes to. This would be like your space designed for you.
Got it.